everybody. Welcome to another great training here for ezway Network and how to use the dashboard and the platform to help you. So you're investing in yourself so you can learn how to use it to help you make more money.
So today we are all about making money. So just as a little recap, right? So all of the trainings will be available in the training area. I will show you in a moment where this will be. They're not yet up there, but they will come in that space. Okay, I will show you that in a moment. And then last week we spoke about how to get more reach using ezway. That means how you can use podcasts, articles, blog articles, the images, and some other features that we showed last week, how you can use these things to actually get more eyeballs, right? To get more people to notice you. And today we go a step further and show you how do you actually make money with that now, right? So that's the focus of this week. It's how to make money with ezway. Now, very short recap again. So just as a little reminder, right? ezway is in essence 10 promotional platforms inside of one network. So you have basically tools. So you have your network dashboard. Okay, this is the ezway network. This is your main profile where all your information come together. Then you have your wall of fame profile that you can share with other people and basically help people to find you, and you have all your links on here. Then you have your ezway Eye, which is the social network where you can post, where you can communicate with other people, send messages, share updates, share your offers, and so on. Then you have the promotion platform where you can have a lot of ads. We still go more into detail in this one next week, okay? So stay tuned for that. Then we have the event section. We still talk about this today as well. We have the ezway magazine. We have the images, the TV, the podcasts, and the news, right? So all of this in one platform, okay? So that means you only need that one login, and then you have access to all of these pieces. And it really comes all together in your ezway network profile, okay? So when you basically log into the system, so if you go to ezwaynetwork.com, you come to this page here, and then you all have an account already. I double checked, you do have all an account. So you basically either log in with your username and your password, or if you forgot your password, you can also use a login with the code where you only enter your email, and then it will send a code to your email, and then you can basically enter that one-time passcode. That OTP is a one-time passcode to then enter the code, and then you don't need a password to log in. So this is to make it easier in case you forgot your password, okay? If you have your password, you basically just use this, and then you say login. You also have here a little demonstration video, right? So you can watch all of this, and you can use all of this also for people who may be interested in joining. So we come to the affiliate in a moment. You can use all of this information to watch the demo. So you don't have to explain it yourself, but you can let the video do the explanation for you. And now in this dashboard, in this ezway network dashboard, this is where everything comes together. So from here, you create your account. You have access to all the services, the directory. So this is where you find all the other members. You can create your blogs, you can create your events, you can create your podcast. So this is what we showed last week, how to do that, right? The images, we still go into ads next week. Don't worry, we get back to that. So we go today into the affiliates, the pitch party, and then we go tomorrow, next week also into the tools and the trainings in detail. Here in training, you will find in the future, so I just click on this, you will find in the future all our trainings, okay? So right now you have the registration, but we will upload here also all the historical trainings as well. So right now this is just standard, oh my God, Eric did a lot of work for that. So I don't want to talk this down in any way. There are great videos in here already explaining some of the features, but all the trainings that we provided will be added here as well. So at one point, you just have to go to training and you can recap everything that we have done with you, okay? And just as a reminder, if you need any help, you can always click on this little button here on the very top bottom right. We are here. You can click on this. Whenever you hear such a sound like boop, this is the message. So you always get a default message, hey, we are here for you, right? So whenever you open it and you hear a sound, that's usually the default message of the help, okay? So don't be confused when you hear that, because the first time I was like, what is that? I heard something. Where did I miss a message? It is down here in the corner, okay? And whenever you start typing, basically, you have a real person. It usually takes a few seconds, and then you talk to a real person, and they can try to help you out already. And if they cannot solve it immediately, they will ask for your email address or double check if your email address is correct, and then they will forward you the answer as soon as they organize it for you, okay? So that is something that you all have. It's completely for free, okay? And you can always use that to get help in case you're stuck somewhere. And then, so how to earn money. In essence, really, there are two main ways how you can earn money with ezway, right? The first one is you can be an affiliate and promote ezway. That's, by the way, also a nice way to pay for your own membership if you want to, because if you have enough affiliates, you don't have to pay your own membership because it is paid already, right? So that is a way. And you can also use your ezway profile to generate more sales. So we will dive into those two options now a little bit more in detail for each of them, okay? So starting off with being an affiliate and promoting ezway, okay? So what do you need to know as an ezway affiliate? So the first thing is there's no application needed. You automatically, when you have an ezway account, you can be an affiliate right away. You don't have to wait for anything, okay? Because you will immediately have the codes, and I'll show you this in a moment in the system, but you already have them as soon as you register. All your links will be found in the ezway network dashboard. Again, I go there in a moment. I just finish the slides very briefly, and then we go into the system, okay? You also have an entire section called affiliate on your left side menu of the system, where you can see your entire dashboard, everybody that you brought in. And I will come back to your question, Eugene, don't worry, I did not forget that. What do we do with people that have not yet signed up? So here you will see all your links, all your earnings, and who you referred, which is very interesting for you. And this also allows you to follow up with people that have signed up via your link. So this is how this looks like. And now before we go into the tips, let me first of all show you in the system. And then Matt, I'm going to hand over to you for the tips and tricks. So if you are in your ezway dashboard, see right at the beginning, how long are you a member? How many profile views do you have, right? And then here beneath it, you already have your affiliate information. Now I have to admit, I was not very active yet. So shame on me. I also have to do a bit more. But here you already see basically your balance, your earnings, your payouts, and you also have a link straight to your dashboard. Now, before I go to the dashboard, let me scroll down a little bit further, because if you go further down on this page, you have your affiliate links right here in the dashboard, okay? Now, this is your invite code that usually is the name you signed up with. If for any reason your invite code looks a bit weird, maybe there's like some dashes in and you don't want that, reach out via this little widget here. We are here. And ask them, can you please change that? So you cannot change it yourself, okay? There's a lot of coding in the background, but it is possible to update this. But you will have to request this in the chat and say, hey, can you please update my invite code? And then also just say what you want to have. So what do you have right now? And what do you want it to be, okay? And then it may take 1 or 2 days, but the team will then help you with the update. There has to be some stuff happening on the back end, okay? That's why it takes a moment, but it's possible. So mine was initially my email address, and I was like, that was not on purpose. That just happened. So they changed it later on to make it easier because my email address is too complicated, you know? So it has to be short. It doesn't have to be your name. It can be like a product name that you have, something you are known for, right? So that is totally up to you. Now, of course, it has to be unique. So worst case, maybe that somebody says, I'm sorry, that name is already taken. Which alternative do you want, right? But it is possible to update this once you have it. So this is the code that people have to type in. Now, you do have to encourage the people. So it depends, right? So if you have, for example, the registration for this training here right now, right? There was basically a field where people have to put the invite code manually in. There was no affiliate link for that specific page. Now, for the affiliate pages that you will use the most, so which is, for example, the pitch party, right? So this is the pitch party link. There is your code already included. So if they use that link, then automatically it is attributed to you when they sign up, because it's already there, right? Which is why it is the easiest to start with the pitch party, because the link is ready. The alternative would be to sign them up straight to the network. So for example, if the pitch party was just over and they don't want to wait for 2 weeks, right? You could say, hey, you can also sign up straight to the network and join the next pitch party, but you can already use the system in the meantime and don't have to wait for the pitch party, right? So that would be an alternative for that. You also see that you here have some other info. You have the office pitch party, right? The faster clip, the tab pitch party. And so you use basically the links here, but the most commonly used one will be the pitch party link. That's usually how you get the people in the easiest, right? And so this link already has your affiliate link in here. And make sure that you add this to all your posts so that people actually can just click on it. Because let's say people are lazy, right? They just click on the link and then this will make sure automatically they're attributed to you. Now going to the dashboard. So either you can go here, click in the dashboard by your affiliate section. Alternatively, you can also scroll down and on the left side where you see the menu, you also have the affiliate section. So this guides you to the same. If you click on the link on top here, which is called dashboard, or if you click here on affiliate, it guides you to the same place. Okay, so there's no difference. So here you have your dashboard, and here you can again see it a little bit larger. You see your links again. So again, here you only have the three main links, right? So the two basically, the general one for the general network and the pitch party one. And here you also see who you refer. Now this is just the summary. The full list can be seen in affiliate and referrals. Okay, so this is where you see the full list with all the details, if they paid, you know. So here you see a short recap. So if you're inviting people for the pitch party, you would see the newest ones in here, right? So you can see that here. Now you can also go here to the referrals, so affiliates referrals, and then you can see the full list and you see a little bit more details. So here you see also, so if they would have paid something, you would also see that. So in my case, they haven't paid something yet, which is why there's no information. Normally, if people pay something, you should also be able to see that one as well. And you see what they paid, if they're on a plan, if they booked VIP, you would see what they have purchased, because this will then help you for, and I mean, mine will be empty. I'm not sure if maybe Matt can show you later on a little bit more details. But in the earnings, you would then basically see the details of, you know, so you would see a detailed breakdown. So here you would see, right? So who is it, the first name, the last name, what is the amount that they paid, because you get 10% of everything that they buy. So not only, you don't only get 10% on the membership plan if they buy a membership plan, which is like continuous, right, so lifetime, but also if they would buy, for example, a pitch with Eric for $500, right, you would also get 10% of that. If they take any other services, any marketing services, you would again get 10% of that, right? And so here you can basically see what exactly they bought, how much they invested, and so on, and you always get 10%. So you see that here very, very nicely, okay? So you see in my case, I was very little, I have to still step that up a little bit. Commitment to Eric. I will take care of that, don't worry. But here you have a very nice overview, so you don't have to call always all the time somebody, but you see it here very nicely in your dashboard. And now to answer your question, Eugene, now, since you see the people with their email addresses, and for example, here, Valerie is a good friend of mine. I don't know how she got to that point, to be honest. Like, she must have somehow signed up, but she didn't enter any details. I don't know how this is possible, but it happened. But she is in the database, right? So I see that she basically registered for something, but she haven't filled out any profile. So since I know Valerie very well, I could just send her a message and say, hey, Valerie, you were interested in joining the pitch party, but you haven't really finished your profile. Did you have any questions? Can I help you with anything, right? Or the next one is going to happen at XYZ, you know, and then I can re-invite her. And maybe it was a wrong timing. Maybe she got confused at one point. So I don't know why she didn't finish the process, you know, but I can follow up with her because I have her contact information in here. Now, for example, Biojetti, she was there last time, but she didn't get to pitch. So I can also go back to her and say, hey, I saw that you were there, but you didn't pitch. Any questions, you know, like, would you need any help with your pitch? Like, again, like, make sure that your affiliates feel welcome, that you see them, you know, make sure that, hey, I saw that you were there. So great to see you, right? Any questions? Like, I mean, for example, Angie's a client of mine. Angie was the first time there, and I actually asked her, like, hey, do you want to pitch? And she was like, no, I'm just watching, first of all. Let me first of all observe. Let me take it in. And then next time I'm prepared when I come, right? So that's totally cool. I mean, you know the people that you invite, hopefully, right? So you can give them, I have a few people who are not yet here, who are very great business partners of mine, who are like having big lists. And like, I would personally onboard them. So I would take my time and actually say, hey, let me show you the system. Let me take you through. Let me show you how amazing it is, right? And I know when they come for the pitch party, they will sign up for a plan. That's a fact, you know, because I will prepare them that well, that this is a no-brainer for them. So that maybe is also already a little tip going forward. So let's just go right into the tips and tricks so this is something, a personal tip of myself, how I deal with my affiliates. So I will follow up with them, especially when I know them personally. Hey, how are you doing? Did you have questions? Because I know it can be a lot in the beginning, right? A lot of big group, a lot of like, it goes with speed, you know? So some people may be a bit overwhelmed and it may need a little bit hand holding to get them through the process. But now here are some additional tips for how to make money with the affiliates, okay? So here we go. Matt, do you want to take it?
Yeah, I just want to quickly show everybody. And as you can see there, right now I have $27 in my affiliate balance. And if you go down to the affiliate and you click on earnings, which is what Mona was talking earnings, you can see that somebody signed up for a membership and I got paid 10% of that, which is $27. So this is what we're all trying to do to get, you know, these happening in our network. And then if you go to referrals, you can see all the people that have actually joined, and I've just got to get them to, they've just got to, you know, start paying some money, and then I will make more money as well. So I just wanted to back you up on what you were saying, Mona, okay? All right, so start with inviting people to the VIP pitch party and let them have a great experience. What I have done is I put my affiliate link on social media. That's how I've got some of those people to become into my referrals list, and that's how I got that, you know, that payment. So just start inviting people to the VIP pitch party. Share your own experiences more than one time, and you can also share your videos on your social media as well of your pitch. You can get Eric and his team to give you to just cut you your pitch, or you can share the whole video and just tell them when your pitch comes on and say, hey, go to this video and watch my pitch. And you can see that I had, you know, I did a great job, I had a good time. And then you can post again about your EasyWay experience on your social media or blogs or whatever you do to market yourself. You know, share upcoming events. Again, you know, you can do that on ezway platform if you have a profile. You can do it on Facebook, just simple stuff like that. Put it in your newsletter if you have a newsletter and you mail out to people. Direct message people that could find it beneficial. You can do that through ezway or through Facebook or Instagram or even Twitter. So you must use your affiliate links. You've seen that it worked for me. I'm not that far ahead of you guys, but I just got started not long ago as well with the affiliates. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do is just get our affiliate links out there more, or put them on Facebook, put them on ezway. You know, use your affiliate link when somebody becomes, when somebody, you know, when you put a post on Facebook and you invite people to the pitch party, you just tell them to register here and use your affiliate link, and you can shorten that on one of the URL shorteners as well. Yeah. And use them when you post about events you have joined. Yeah, so follow up with people that have signed up but don't have accounts yet. So that's what Mona was talking about as well. And then ask if they have any questions and show them where they can find the training videos. And again, Mona showed you that they'll be under, can you just show us that again real quick, Mona?
Sure.
Where they can find the training videos?
So if they have an account already, they simply go to their own dashboard, right? So they just go into their EasyWay Network profile, and then they can just scroll. As first of all, you have a quick step, you know, to complete the profile, which they can use here on the very top. So if they haven't set it up yet, this is the very first thing they should be doing that guides them step by step through where they are like maybe a little bit lost. And if they want more details, then you have here the training section on the very left side. And here you have also the trainings, the entire training knowledge base. And there will be coming much more videos. So here you have a general one over the network, the Wall of Fame, right? And how it works and what you can find in there. The EasyWay is explained here, right? So this is breaking it down a little bit more in detail. For the entire affiliate training, let me just go back to the presentation. We did an entire training with Chuck that you heard before that Wendy is following in parallel. So first of all, there's an EasyWay YouTube channel, and let me just put that link here in the chat for you guys. So making sure that you all have that. On this channel, you have a lot of videos, okay, where you can really see a lot of training videos, but also a lot of promotional videos. Also the pitch party videos go on this channel, right? So there you have a lot of information. And then we also had a training. So this was a 1 hour, 45-minute training purely on affiliates. Let me just copy the other link as well already since I'm in here before I go again to screen sharing. So the idea of those channels is that you can use them. This is freely available information. It doesn't cost anything, right? It's accessible for everybody. You don't have to be like, and this is helpful when you are trying to explain to people what is Ezway, right? Sometimes it's better to just pick a video that Eric produced with a lot of effort, explaining it, right, with nice animations. And I mean, some people are more visual, they need to see that, right? And then in those videos, Eric is also showing the software, right, so that people can actually see what it is. So this is like, especially the YouTube channel and this support material here, so this Ezway Network /VIP, that is basically one that you can send to your prospects and say, hey, look, like this is Ezway, join, right? So feel free to hop in. The other one with the affiliate training, this is more for you. And I'm not going to repeat everything that was said in this training. So if you're more interested on this, please feel free to check that out. It's completely free. And this was a 1 hour, 45-minute training with Eric and Chuck and with Dee. And basically they went a little bit more detailed in when you share events on social media, like what should you be considering to get more reach, right? So for example, one of the tips they said is don't put the link in the main post description. So let me share an example with you. Let me just go, this is a little bit off script, but don't worry. I think this is so helpful. Where's my, here it is. So I'm gonna give you an example of that. If I go to my Facebook, and you can do the same, by the way, guys, and this is something beneficial for you as well. When we have the pitch party, right? Eric is always streaming this on Facebook. So you can share the pitch party, okay? Because first of all, this gives everybody more reach, right? So also all your people who were not there can see it. So this is a great way to promote it, but also it gives everybody more reach, which then in turn helps to actually show, look, so and so many thousand people have actually seen the last pitch party, which then helps all of us, right, at the end of the day. So I basically took the video of Eric and basically said, hey, look at this. If you missed it, don't worry, we have a replay. It's now live, right? And here's why you want to check it out. And now I also said, like, click the link in the comments. Now, I basically took a screenshot of this video, okay? And then I added the link here in the comments. And this is important, right? Because if you put the link on top, you would basically have less reach because the link goes outside of Facebook and Facebook doesn't like that. So whenever it goes out, and LinkedIn is the same, whenever you have links that go outside of the platform, they are reducing your reach, you know? So therefore it's helpful if you just put it in the comments. And I even added here a little video, I even added a little screenshot. This is where it is, click on this, okay? Because I wasn't sure if everybody will get it right away. So I was just like adding this little screenshot and say, there it is, right up there, right? You don't need to scroll anywhere. It's right at the top. And so this is a way, and basically in that training that we had with Chuck, and with Eric, especially Eric was sharing at the end a lot of like tips, like tag some people, right? So reach is naturally going down. But please be sure that if you tag people, that they actually comment back. So do not tag people that don't comment back because that reduces your reach, you know? So for example, I have 2 or 3 of my mastermind members that we have an agreement on. If I tag you somewhere, you at least leave a like and a little thank you, you know? At least that, ideally a little bit more. And usually they do take the time to actually write a bit more, but just to make sure that your post is not dying, okay? So that is a great, and again, there's like 1 hour, 45 hour, like almost 2 hours tips on how can you get more people to be an affiliate, like to come as an affiliate in your into the Ezway network, okay? Like how you can invite them. There's even some examples. I think Eric was sharing also some of his posts, like how he's promoting it. You know that you get those lovely banners that that the team is always creating. I want to give a shout out to who's always creating that. I just saw them today somewhere. The pitch party goers. This is where they always put it in. The flyers. Exactly. It's Mike Hall who's always doing this. He's always creating this beautiful banners, right? So those little, you might see them on my, I'm just sharing them here. Let me just stop the sharing and then I can see it a bit bigger here. Stop. There you see it, right? So those little flyers here. And those ones are pretty, those ones are amazing because they have your image on it, right? So that you can actually take it and say, hey, you know, like come to the party and so on. And then again, you can use that to promote it on the event. And again, you use it more than once. So don't just share it once. Like you have to tell people at least 3 times. I mean, it has reasons when you give in giveaways, you commit yourself to emails 3 times, you know? So they see it, they don't take action. They see it again, they're like, huh, I saw that before. And then you have to share it again, and then they're like, okay, let me sign up. She's sharing it all the time, it must be good, right? So people need to see it several times. So put it in your stories, you know, you can share it. Again, also Eric is posting a lot. Just share what Eric is posting and just say, hey, you know, like new thing. Like, you don't always have to come up with the text. You can just take what Eric is already putting out and just sharing it to your profile and basically say, hey, come, you know, like come as my guest, and here's the link. They make sure to put your affiliate link in there. And again, like if they need help, also Matt and I are helping you guys, right? So if you say like, hey, I have somebody, they may need a little bit help with their profile, but I don't have time, or I'm not the one who's the best to explain it, like just send them over to us, right? And then we are more than happy to help them, okay? So feel free to reach out and ask for help if you need anybody. We're here to support and make sure that everybody feels welcome. And let's move on with the deep dive. Okay, so now again, the one way of monetization, which is a great way you should be using, is definitely to be an affiliate. Again, all of you have per default the possibility to be an affiliate. The second part is to actually use your profile, okay? And I think too little people are actually using this in a smart way. So how do you use your profile to make more monetization? So last week we shared in detail how to set up a podcast, right? How to create a blog article, how to upload images, and, you know, some best practices, how to create events. And also in the very first training, we went very deep into the ezway AI, right? Now, all of these topics are not only great to get reach, but to actually monetize as well. So we are going to show you now how, okay?
Yeah, so the first thing is to, you know, if you don't have a podcast, the first step is to create one. And if you need any help doing that, I can show you how to do that. You can get in touch with me. I have a podcast called Tap Interviews, and I do have a page on the ezway platform under podcasts for that. And people are able to subscribe and also request to come on the show. And then, of course, the ones that request to come on your show, you can charge them for an interview. And then the next step is to find sponsors. I've already got a couple of sponsors, and usually I place their ads during the interviews if I do them online, and then I can do that as well if I do them at events, and then sell at the back end. You know, throughout your podcast, you can come up with create things that, you know, packages or other things that you can sell during the podcast. That's how you sell at the back end. And of course, you can write blog articles. You know, I write a blog article saying this is the guest going to be coming on the show, where to watch it, about the guest, how to contact the guest, how to contact me. And then you can, you know, include their picture in there as well. And then you can do a blog after it, recapping, and you can put the video. If it's on ezway TV, you can put it in there. If it's on YouTube, you can put it in there, depending on where you put it. And then, you know, that's add links to your offers and share the articles with prospects. Use them as touch points. Cold traffic needs 20 to 50 touch points to convert today. And even warm traffic needs around 7 touch points.
The world of you call somebody and they buy is over. You need more today than that, right? So you really need to create touch points with people. And when you meet people at networking events, if you have people that connected with you on whatever location, like maybe they found something about you on social media and they connect with you, they listen to your podcast and they like it, right? And they start connecting with you. You will still have to like continuously add value, right? And now you can write blog articles, for example, on your expertise, share some tips, right? Maybe you have a product that needs a little bit explanation, you know, maybe your product has a story that you want to share, right? So you can create an article about those kinds of content. And of course, keep in mind like that it shall add value to the other person, right? So it's not about like blunt promotion, like buy my stuff, but in the sense of like, hey, look, this is the backstory, or this is it. Maybe it's tied to a great cause, you know, like to a charity, for example. It maybe is tied to a cause that, you know, serves more than just you, which is a great story for a blog article, right? And then you can use that article and send it to people that you just met and say, hey, we just met, and you know, you may not really know me that well. Here's a little story, like you may find it interesting, right? Or if it is a content topic, so for example, I'm doing a lot on AI, right? I may just have an article about some tips that I just shared, and I can just say, hey, I mean, we talked about in the last time we spoke, we just talked about AI. Here's a little article just for you, right? Just because I thought of you, because I think you might be interested in that. So that adds credibility, that adds value to the other person. So if you do anyway write article, if you have a nice episode where you say, oh, this was a topic I just discussed lately with somebody, send them the link to that episode and say, hey, we just spoke about that topic, you may find that conversation interesting. There you go, right? It's free value. It's something it's another touch point that you add in. So we want to make sure that you always stay in the top space for your topic in the prospect's mind. So when they think real estate, they have to think Matt, right? So that's the way it is, right? If they think, of course, Ezway has to be Eric, that's a fact. Now, if they think about custom songs, they have to think about Wendy right away. Like, I need a song, Wendy. Like, this just has to automatically click. But in order for people to make that connection, they have to continuously see you with that topic, right? So, and I mean, on average, of course, it sometimes works quicker. But on average now, if you have a new person that hasn't met you before, we're literally talking of 20 to 50 touch points. Now, sometimes 3 also works, right? But don't rely on it. It needs much, much, much longer to build a relationship. And those are great ways how you can touch points. So if somebody subscribes to your podcast and they hear you every week and you post every week an episode, you already have 4 touch points a month, guaranteed, right? So after 2 months, you already have 8. And if you have some other things like other touch points, like another newsletter or something else, you always increase the amount of touch points so that people know your name. Whenever it comes to the topics, they just have you there. Another thing with the podcast, if you don't have a podcast yet, I mean, we have Eric Swooly in here. Like, Eric is the Mr. Podcast, okay? So if you need help with setting it up, right, in terms of like, what topic should I be doing, right? How do I monetize this? I mean, there are services, and we go next week into like, where can you get additional services? Like, if you need a consulting for that, okay, Eric is going to help you set it up. It's connected with a fee, but it is worth that investment, okay? Because, I mean, Eric made a lot of money in podcasting. When everybody always says they can't make money, Eric knows how to make money in that space, right? So if you really think about going that route, I mean, you may want to just take that time and actually have a real strategy session on how, with your expertise, what kind of topic would be a great entry point and a great monetization point to then get sponsors, right? How do you have to set it up? Like, how does the format of the show has to look like to actually embed sponsors? There's a strategy to the craziness, right? To the madness. So, and Eric knows all of that, so he can actually help you shorten that learning curve. Yes, you can do it alone, but why would you want to if there's a shortcut, right? So you're working here with somebody who really knows that business inside out. So just a touch point. We go next week again a little bit deeper on where else you can have help. But if you don't have one yet and you want to think about it, you may want to think taking that advice. So again, like you can, as we showed you last week, how to create those things, right? But think a step beyond, right? If you write a blog article, make sure that your contact information is in there, right? Make sure that you have a link. If this is referring, like if you offer consultation services, right? Give them a link where they can book a meeting. You never know who's going to read it, but the worst thing that can happen is that they find your blog article and they're like, oh my God, this is so good value. How can I reach out to them? And there's nothing in there. That's the worst mistake you can do, right? So make sure that you have contact information in there, that at least if you have a name that is very typical, okay, like John Smith, you may want to make sure that you have a link in there, because otherwise they will never find you, right? So you want to make sure that they very easily, without any fault, come to the right profiles and make sure that they actually get to your information. Or if you have an offer that they can book a call, maybe you offer them a little freebie, right? Again, the ezway platform makes it very easy for you to be ranked on Google, okay? So you want to make sure that, like, maybe not everybody is ready for a call, but maybe they want to download something so that they come into your email list, so that you have their contact information, right? So that you can then start, again, creating those touch points, right? Sending them messages and say, hey, and by the way, there's an event coming up on ezway. Join us. Put your affiliate link in there, right? You never know how people start ending up they may be for years in your email list, and all of a sudden they are like, let me go to that event and see. And all of a sudden this creates a ripple effect in many of the things that you do, right? You never know.
Hey, Mona, those are great points. I would just like to add something to that real quick. You can see my podcast here, and then, I wanted to show people a blog real quick, because you were talking about that. The one I did the episode with Wendy. You can see that it has Wendy's ezway Wall of Fame, so they can get in touch with her. And I have links which you were talking about here, where they can get in touch with me as well. And then again, Wendy, and then it has about her as well. And then they can watch the video. See, they can watch the video and hear about Wendy. And then you're talking about putting a form on there. There's a form. Now, last time I checked, I believe I had 464 subscribers. I thought I had more than 500, but I've learned now how to send them emails, like Eric was teaching me how to do that. So I just send an email to those subscribers, but all those tips that you're giving now gives me some information that I can email to them. So I totally agree with you, and I think this is a great idea. Thank you for bringing that up.
And again, like you get all these resources from ezway. Now it's about switching the entrepreneur mind on and saying, how do I use that, right? And again, I mean, Matt just mentioned your profile, right? Your Wall of Fame profile contains all your links, your website links. And I mean, if you have more than one business, put all of your links there, right? You never know what people will be interested in. You have all your social media links there. You have a short description. You have those beautiful banner with all the different logos of where have you been featured. Like this gives you instant credibility. And if you use it regularly, you will start piling up a lot of views, because if we just go very briefly to the, let me just share my screen again, and let's go to the ezway Wall of Fame profile. On your Wall of Fame profile, you basically see how many people visited your profile. So if you share your link a lot and people click on it a lot, you know, like this number will increase very, very quick, especially when you go to networking events and you always put your Wall of Fame link there, you will start piling up a lot of views, right? I mean, if you look at Eric's, I mean, this is where you see what's possible, right? If we just look at Eric, I mean, there you see what's possible. Hold on. No. There we go. I mean, Eric has 53,000 views. That is a number when people see that, they're like, wow, wow, right? Of course, it doesn't happen overnight, but that gives you instant credibility. Okay, you can put a little information video about you right here. So when people visit this profile, they're like, huh, interesting, right? This is somebody. Now you have all the different, you can connect with the person, you can book an appointment right here, right? You can even have a little small product or like services behind it, right, that people can pick from. If you have a charity, you can have a donate button. If you have an event coming up, you can put that event here. So you have really one page that summarizes everything, like something about you, your podcast, right, your personal information, your websites, what you are known for, your skills. You can put really like a really great business card in here, right? You can even start adding reviews here. So you can have like all-in-one page where people are like, wow, I want to connect with that person. And if you use that link a lot in networking events and when you go out, people will start being interested in getting to know you, and they will start booking appointments. So it happens to me that people start booking appointments via this button that I haven't known before. I was like, how did you get to that link? And they were like, oh, via the ezway profile. Interesting. Okay. So it does work. So you just have to get the link out, because naturally people will not find it by themselves. So you have to give them that link. And this is a great link because it summarizes all your different links on one page. So you don't have to give them 20 links, like one for Facebook and one for LinkedIn, and pick it yourself. No, just give them here, and then they can search themselves which one they want to look at, right? And they can just go and say, oh, let me see their Facebook, let me see their LinkedIn, right? And then you just pick what you have, and then they can work from there, you know, and then you don't have to worry about all of the rest, because they can find what they're interested in. If they have questions, they will reach out. That's a great way of using that, okay? Another thing, what I use very heavily is events, okay? So I used events. I use them as a lead magnet, okay? So I have an event, I have this Siri Boost My Coaching Business, and I run this every month. Only now in August I make a break because they're all on vacation, but it's in the first week of September again. And it's really an event I run on a regular basis, and I use it as a lead magnet. Like when I meet people and they just missed the last event, I like, hey, come to the next one, right? Because I know it's every month. So I'm going to say, hey, come to the next Siri challenge and just see me in action. Because I'm a trainer, I'm very good in training, hopefully. Hopefully you agree on that, giving this training here. But I love training, and that event is a 3-day event. It's 1 hour a day, and they get to like see me 3 times in a very short amount of time. And they usually have a lot of fun, they like it. And I mean, either they become clients straight away, or I already build up so much goodwill, because they're like, oh my God, I learned so much. This was so amazing, right? They want to be in touch with me. I have many people who said, oh, can I send some people to this training? This was so great. Other people need to see that. And so I'm using it for affiliates. I'm using it when people say, hey, I would love to see what you do. Can you show me? And I was like, hey, come to the event. No problem. It's free. Just come, right? And then many people come after that and say, hey, can you do a training for my group, you know, a guest training, or can you like make a little session, you know, with my team, with my people, or can you help me with a project? I'm working on something. So that event is an amazing upsell opportunity for me. I'm giving it for free. It's People can join it without any real effort, right? They just have to be there. And then it shows my expertise. And, you know, most of them want to work in one capacity or another one. They want to work with me at the end. It doesn't always have to be a 3-day challenge. It can be a 45-minute lunch and learn. It can be like a coffee chat, you know, like a little virtual meeting, a networking event. Like you decide what format works best for your business. But I encourage you to use the events because it's a super low entry point for people to just come, just get to know you, right? Have a topic that works really well for your business where you're like, huh, that's something people would be interested in, right? And then just make sure that, I mean, ideally do it on a regular basis, because when people get to know you, they're like, hey, can I see you in action? Yeah, sure. The next event is on that date. Here's the link, just sign up for free and then just come, right? So you have a point to always send people. When you meet them, no matter what time of the month you meet them, you can just send them to the next event. And then you always have a way to direct them how they can build up very quick rapport with you and see what you actually do in action. So I would highly recommend to use events. And then obviously you want to use the ezway. And I think this is still a little bit underused. Like when you are in the pitch parties, now insider tip, okay? So I was a co-host last time, right? I took screenshots. And some of you have, probably all of you have received email. I mean, maybe Matt not, but everybody else, I think, received emails from me, right? Yesterday, where I was inviting you, hey, come to the training today, right? You were there. Thank you so much. And I mean, I know that you were there because I took screenshots of you. So I would just recommend all of you make screenshots of the people who are there and maybe do it several times during the event, because some people come at the beginning and then they leave and some join a little bit later, right? So you want to make screenshots of everybody who's there 2 or 3 times throughout the event. And just like, you know, like whatever you use, I mean, I usually just use a Word document, screenshot, copy, paste, and then you have to see, sometimes you have usually you have more than one page. You have to like just scroll and say page 2, page 3, right? And just make sure you get everybody. And I usually take the screenshot of the people with the faces because then I recognize them better. And what I do after the event is I go through and actually see who was there. Now, some people I already know, right? So it's very easy, like, hey, man, we saw us again. So great that you were there, right? And some of them I've never met. I was like, hey, so great to meet you. And so I basically have email templates that I created for myself and basically just say, hey, thank you so much for being there. And I mean, in this case, I was the co-host. So obviously I come from this role, right? Now, if you're not the co-host, you basically say, hey, I just realized that we were at the same event and I took note of you and I would love to just catch up with you because we didn't really have time to talk. So I would just love to have a conversation with you. How about scheduling a call? To facilitate finding a time, here's my calendar link. If you don't find the time, feel free to send me 2 or 3 options or send me your link, right? If you can't find a time. So that's the thing for me, right? Because I'm in Europe. I mean, I usually have a lot of American times, but sometimes it gets tricky with Australia and so on, right? So I'm just like, hey, if you can find something, just send me a few proposals or send me your link and we will find something, right? So just trying to make it as easy as possible. If you already, and I mean, this is now pro tip, okay? If you see somebody in the event where you're like, huh, I really want to talk to that person, take a note. Write down that person, write down why you want to meet that person, and write it down in the moment you are thinking it, because later on you will forget it, right? Like, why was this an interesting person? What did the person say that you want to talk about? Because the ideal opening when you send a follow-up message is like, hey, you mentioned in the event XYZ. I'd love to talk with you about that topic because I see synergies for us to work together. Let's hop on a call, right? And again, most people who will be there, they will respond because they want to network. That's why they were there, right? So, and then the second point, so next to writing them like a message, obviously connect with them on ezway, send them a friend request, right? Maybe give them a little shout out if they did something really cool. Like some of their posts if they have any posts, right? And just start building a relationship. Look at their profile. Do they have any other social media profiles where you can support them, right? Some people still have to learn that they have to use the ezway, right? So they may only post somewhere else. Give them love where they have something, okay? So don't just say, they don't post anything, so I'm not going to like anything. Find them where they're at, okay? And then just start adding value to them and start building that relationship, okay? So use that. So what I really do is I take screenshots. I'm like, okay, who do I want to follow up with? And then I have some people that, I mean, I usually take some little like X's, you know, like, okay, this one person I have to definitely follow up with. And then I make sure that I message them very timely after the event. Okay. So use those tools that we provide to you. Everybody who's at the pitch party has an ezway account. You will find them if you just search for them. Okay. So just showing you again where you find them. So if you go into the ezway I, so inside the ezway network, okay, you have the ezway I here at the very top. Okay, so here in the middle, you just click on ezway I, click. And then you go to home, the little orange home button here on the top. And if you click on home, let me just move this to the side. You have here something called members. On the left side, on the very bottom, you have members, okay? This allows you to search anybody in ezway I, okay? So you click on members. And now you will have filtered per default all the platinum members, okay? Now, if, for example, I don't know if somebody, which membership level somebody has, so you could just search generally like who's platinum, who's gold, who's silver, you can just search them, okay? But if you don't know what level they have, you can just search. So for example, in case I don't know what Mark Miller actually has, I just search for Mark and I just say all levels, okay? And now I can look. Here we go, Mark. You have to work on your profile picture. Reach out to me if you need help. No problem, okay? We will fix that. But we make sure, okay? But like here, I can basically go through and I mean, I could like, maybe there are some other people, you know? But here I can look. Okay? And then you can connect. So for example, for whatever reason, we're not yet connected, we will change that, okay? So, you know, and this is basically how this works, you know? So with Mark Papadas, for example, we are already connected, right? So, and once you are connected, you will start seeing inside your feed. So if I go back to my own profile, I can see in my timeline here. I'm sorry, this is my own timeline. If I go to home again, sorry. I can see everybody else. So for example, I'm connected to Jack, so I see Jack's content, right? So if somebody now posts and you are connected with them, I see what they post. And this allows me to stay in touch with them, okay? So now I can look, what is everybody doing? Sherry Mills is doing something. That looks interesting, very healthy. I have to change my diet. I usually don't eat so much green, you know, but now I can see, so Terry Gonzalez, for example, is promoting something, okay? And now again, this is like any other social media. You can share what you are doing, some updates, something about you, right? You can share obviously something about your business, any news, and of course you can share your offers, right? Especially when the pitch party comes up, you want to share your offers because we encourage everybody, go to ezway I. Check out their profile. So if you put your offer there, especially close before the pitch party, we will push people to go to your profile because the team of ezway is, especially AJ, right? They're copying the information, your link into the chat, so people will go to your profile. So you want to make sure that you have your offer that you want to pitch on the pitch party on your ezway I profile before you come to the event, right? Because there's a likelihood that people will see it. And if they cannot catch it in the event because it was maybe too quick for them, they can go to your profile afterwards and say, oh, there it is. I was looking for that, right? And they can take it out. Okay, and that's why you want to be connected to people. So just send them friend requests, right? Because once you are friends, you see what they do. You see what they post, right? And then you can just scroll through and just give some likes and share some things, right? And you can see what they're up to. And again, you want to post the same because once you're connected to people, people see your stuff as well, right? And again, you want to have those touch points. The more often people see you, the more likely they are going to remember you for the topic and the more likely they will do business with you, okay? You can share videos and all of these things, right? So this was the deep dive we had in the first week with ezway I. So again, the trainings will be uploaded. Don't worry. Okay, so we get you that that you can recap that. But that's why you want to use your ezway I profile, okay? And that's how you also find everybody. So at the pitch parties, make screenshots of everybody who's there and then follow up on ezway I, okay? And say, hey, we just met at the event. So cool to meet you, right? Also, you want to save the chat, and we go into this next week when we go to tools, okay? Next week, there's a bonus training on tools because we are going to show you next week a really, really cool tool, what you can use with the chat. So a little teaser, right? Why you want to come back next week. Again, the pitch party obviously is a great way on the one hand to, let me just put everything up here. So on the one hand, so the pitch party really is your main entry for everything pretty much, right? It's the main entry for getting new interested people in, like affiliates potentially, right? That you want to bring into the community. That's the best experience you can get the people to send them there. But also the pitch party is a great way for you to generate leads. Like who is potentially interested in your business? And you may want to think about always offering two options, like, hey, you can come yourself, or you can also be an affiliate. Because you have a lot of business people in here. Maybe not everybody wants to join your events or, you know, buy your product, but they may know people. And if you let them know, hey, there are affiliate options as well, talk to me, you know, if you're interested in this. Then again, you leave both ways open, because if you only go for the sale right away, you may lose out the other half, which could be much more valuable to you, which is access to the network of the other people who are there, that they open it up for you because they want to be your affiliate, right? So don't always go selling straight away. Really focus on getting people to raise their hand. Hey, who wants to know more about that? Who has that problem? Who knows people that do X, Y, Z? I want to interview you. I want to talk to you. I have a free resource to you. I have an event coming up, right? Who wants to have information on that? And get people to raise their hand so that you can start a follow-up conversation with them. Definitely take notes on who is there and also who you want to connect to. But really the pitch party is like the main entry to drive people to, like, I mean, again, like some of my business friends come to me and say, hey, Mona, where are you networking? Give me those links. Like, it looks like you're in cool places. I also want to go there, right? Some of the people I'm proactively approaching was like, you should be there. Why are you not there? Like, are you interested in networking? They're like, yeah. Like, why are you not there? I have known about it. Then come, right? So also don't be afraid. If you think it's a good fit, if you think they could have a great time, just also proactively ask them like, hey, would you be interested in coming? And they were like, yeah, why not, right? And most of the people, like especially the people I proactively approach, they're heavy hitters. They don't worry about a membership. They're like, hell yeah, like, come on, this is like totally affordable, right? They're not discussing about $50 or so. They're like, hey, if that saves me time and I get the right people, I'm all in, you know? Again, follow up with them. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you're like, okay, I have an idea, but I don't know if this will work, feel free to reach out and we're happy to help you, right? And making sure that you get the best experience